With the Sumo Romanian deadlift, it's really important that when you're doing this, stop at the point when your hamstrings get tight, because if you keep going further than that, inevitably your lower back is very likely going to round out, and now you're bearing all this weight on a curved spine, and your vertebrae don't like that. Your muscles and joints back there don't want to bear that weight that way. It's very important the spine remain nice and straight, and you're not trying to make the lower back a prime mover of this lift. You want to make those muscles stabilizers, and the prime mover is your butt, and then your hamstrings work synergistically with them. Now you can make this a little bit easier for your setup by putting a stack of plates underneath the barbell, so it starts at a higher platform, so you don't have to descend as low to pick it up and get it. If you're not using that, then you have to have a really good sumo deadlift form from the ground. So make sure you've got that dialed in, because you're gonna have to perform one to get it up and to put it back down. I'm gonna position my feet about maybe like a 45-degree angle. The knees are still out wide with your feet as well. So make sure you've got your knees out, pointing the same direction your toes are. And when I bend my knees at any point, my toes are gonna follow where my knees are pointing. Now I'm gonna kind of screw my feet into the floor so they're gripping nice and solid into the floor there. Then I'm gonna descend down with a nice neutral spine and a nice hip hinge, tilting over. I'm gonna grab the bar just inside of my knees. From here, I've got my spine nice and long through the back of my head. And I'm gonna bring my shins forward so they just barely touch the bar. And then I'm gonna get my shoulders squeezing back and down, trying to get my shoulder blades into my back pockets. From here, now I'm gonna create tension in my body, abs tight, glutes tight, legs tight, back tight, shoulders are squeezing back and down. I'm gonna drive through and stand up nice and tall. Now I'm in my starting position. The Romanian deadlift starts up top. We only descend as far as we're able to go with our hamstrings, and then when the hamstrings are tight, we drive back up from there. I'm gonna stick my butt out behind me, almost like I'm trying to close a car door with my butt. Tilt forward, bar remains just below your shoulders, but your shoulders are still squeezing back and down, keeping that weight stable in your back. You're bending your knees a little bit, not a lot of it, but they're also not locked out. So knees are just soft with a slight bend, and you tilt down through there just until your hamstrings are tight. When your hamstrings are tight, if you go further than that, you're gonna end up rounding out your lower back, and that's bad form. We don't wanna go into that. So we're gonna stop at that point, squeeze our butt, and squeeze through the hamstrings, through our back to come back all the way up tall. And when you're done, you need to reverse your full deadlift. So we're gonna descend down, sticking the butt out back, hip hinging, and then once the hamstrings are tight, that's when I'm gonna bend my knees. My knees are gonna follow the midline of my feet, and I'm gonna set the bar down to the ground, and then you're free.